What's going on, everybody? Thank you for coming through once again and hanging out with me. I'm Blocker 120, and this is Foam World Order. First off, I want to start this episode, which is episode number 10, with an apology. I have these three blasters up here. As you can see, it's a little cluttered table today because these were the blasters I was supposed to feature to you before Halloween. Unfortunately, I have a little bit of difficulties with my SD card. It was basically choosing what videos it decided to save and photos it decided to save and which ones it just didn't want to. It wouldn't play them back or for whatever the reason. Even yesterday, even with Halloween, I had pictures of my son. I was luckily able to salvage 2 pictures out of everything, but he had a great time. He was Shang-Chi and he really enjoyed it. He was loving it. But I hope everybody had a great Halloween. I hope everybody really enjoyed themselves. I chose to go out and just to have an excuse to bring a Nerf blaster with me. Oh, that's T'Challa in the background, my co-host. Yeah. But I chose instead to go with I had a Optimus Prime mask, the voice changer mask, and I took my long shot CS6. But all in all, we had a great time out there trick-or-treating. One thing I noticed, though, is that for some reason, this new generation of kids don't know how to trick-or-treat the way we used to. Like, my nieces and nephews were like, just walking past houses. They weren't checking any out. They weren't ringing doorbells. And I'm like, well, normally when I was a kid, we would ring every doorbell and everything like that. I said, but people started going to if the light's on and if there's decoration and ring the doorbell. None of them were ringing them. And I noticed a lot of people afterwards the following day were talking about how they had so much candy left over that because nobody stopped by and nobody rang the doorbells. And I even saw a comment on a social media where one person even was discouraged to the point they said this is the last year they're buying candy because this is the second year no one rang their doorbell to receive any candy. So quick thing, I said for next year Halloween, in your areas or whatever, I feel like you should try to start a social page where you can put map pinpoints for if you're going to be giving candy out, if you're going to have decorations for people if they want to see cool Halloween decorations, or if you're going to have both. But some way that you can have it where everybody can update the page and share the information together, whether they're going to have candy. So that way it could save people from buying candy that won't get used because nobody knows they have it. And 2, it saves the parents and everybody going out for trick-or-treating the time when it's time for them to look for where are we going to go, how do we know who has candy. They can literally form a plan before they leave a house and make a map before you go out and everything like that and plan your route. But moving forward, the blasters that we have today, they are all zombie blasters because this was supposed to be done before Halloween, and I apologize. But I didn't want to not talk about these blasters because these are 3 really, really cool blasters. So I felt like not talking about them would have been like a robbery. So I'm going to start first off. Pardon me, I'm slightly under the weather. I'm going to start first off with the Nerf Hammershot, which is a sidearm blaster. It was released in 2013 for $14.99. And this blaster right here is possibly the most iconic blaster in the sport, in the hobby, because this Hammer Prime feature is like the best because it allows you to dual wield the blaster. It allows you to dual wield the spring blaster. And it gives you that old school cowboy feel once you have 2 of them. It is super cool to have. It is a front load blaster. You just load the darts right in there to the front. It takes standard length darts, the regular size length darts. I have Adventure Force waffle head darts in here because these are the go-to darts for me far as availability, price, and performance. This blaster has a hammer prime on the back here that you would just pull back to prime the blaster, a single sling point attachment, and this blaster can be either single fired or you can slam fire this blaster. The slam fire doesn't work as flawlessly as you want it to. Like, you really have to get the blast to get good shots. You have to get the blast and rotation, because it's doing it all at once. When you prime it, it's priming and rotating all at once. So you have to get a good prime all the way back if you're going to be doing the hammer shot. I mean, a hammer shot, if you're going to be doing the slam fire technique. But it is going to be, you're going to do it because it's like, it's irresistible. Like, there is no way you're going to have a cowboy style blaster and not sit there and just want to fire off a couple of them like that. There's no way you're not going to want to do that. Upgrades and everything that I saw for this blaster was ridiculous. Like, I don't think I've seen a blaster with more available cosmetic upgrades that you can purchase without the need of a 3D printer. This Hammershot has a ridiculous amount of upgrades available. This blaster, I don't think there is a such thing as having too many of these. As a matter of fact, I've seen people with the shoe rack that goes over the back of their doors that they use to store a lot of their side blasters, and I mimicked the idea, and I have a bunch of different side blasters. Now I've come to, after looking in and seeing all of the available cosmetic upgrades you can do for this blaster, I'm gonna need a separate shoe hanger for just hammer shots, to collect hammer shots, because there is no such thing as too many hammer shots with the amount of cosmetic modifications you can make that are readily available. Forget about if you have a 3D printer, because if you have a 3D printer, then your mind's the limit. It's whatever you can come up with or create, then it's over. You can do what you want to do. But the already readily available mods here is ridiculous. They range anywhere from beginner to advanced. You have different types of barrel attachments, muzzle attachments they have, dart capacity attachments. I've seen them change it anywhere from doing 6 shots up to 32 shots. Changing out the ammo type, they've changed it from firing regular standard darts to short darts to mega darts. I don't remember if I've seen an XL dart one yet, but if I haven't, it wouldn't be too far behind. This is how the hobby goes. But this blaster right here is an absolute amazing blaster. I've seen videos of people carrying these, about 6 of them at a time, like Billy the Kid would have done back in the day. But as I said, this is a great blaster to have. You could dual wield these, hammer prime, single top tack rails, single sling point attachments. I would use those. I really like it, but I've seen holsters for these, and I'm thinking of some way I think I want to have a shoulder attachment where, not here, I want to be able to put them here and seal them in here, and I could wield them from there. I think that's what I would rather do with them. And as you can see, I'm wearing the Eye of Agamotto. I got my hands on it, hoping that I can go back in time a little bit and get all of these blasters out, or at least stall the time and get these blasters out to you in time. But I did not know the spells required to handle all of that. So I just, I asked the Sorcerer Supreme if I could just hold on to it for a little bit, shoot the video with it. He was like, sure, no problem. I was like, cool, well, what do? I open, close. He said, put your hands out, do this. I said, cool, do that, do that. He said, cool. I said, all right, now I'm going to do this. He said, do that. I said, all right, cool. Now I'm going to do that. Cool. And then I was like, see, I don't know the spells, so the light wouldn't light up for me. So I was like, you know what? It's all right. And close this up like that. And then I said, well, you know what? How I used to work stuff back in school, nope, still won't work for me. But side note, this is a pretty cool toy. I don't know why, maybe my battery's messing up, but this is a pretty cool toy from Hasbro as well. It's the Eye of Agamotto. from Doctor Strange. It came with a stand that's pretty cool. Not great material. It's a cheap plastic stand, but this is a toy. But it came in about $50. You press this button at the top here, and this button here will open up the eye. Now, the eye normally is supposed to light up when you open it, but sometimes it doesn't. And there's a button here on the back that you can press to release the eye. Now, when you release the eye, most of the time it lights up for me. Oh, there you go. It lights up. But you can release the eye and take the eye out. And you can choose to do what Doctor Strange did and give the eye up, or you can say, nah, I'm stashing this, I'm hiding this, and you'll never get this. You know? All right, moving forward. Let's close this eye up. Don't want to accidentally cause a spell because I didn't know what I was doing with the spells to begin with. Moving forward, we have the next blast I have up here is the Nerf Doominator, also from the Zombie Strike, which was released in 2015. And this had a $40 price tag. This blaster had, let's see what we had here. It had a 24 dart capacity, brought to you by six changeable dart cylinders. Sorry for the sirens and everything in the background. If you've seen some of my earlier videos, I've explained I live in very close proximity to the police station. How close? Sometimes they might stop by my house and grab a cup of coffee on their way in. That close. But this dart blaster had a 24 dart capacity that was brought to you by 6 dart revolving cylinders. The blaster was a pump prime action, and it came with a removable handle that you screw loose. And this handle right here is pretty cool that you can remove the handle. But the handle, you can choose where you want to attach it at, either on the right side, left side, or underneath. Or you could leave the handle off and you can hold it and prime it. It is enough to grip on that. It will not cause an issue priming. But in my personal experience, either on the side or this on either side is more favorable due to the amount of space that's in between the handle and this front part right here. So the side locations for the handle was a lot more favorable to me. Also, I'm a right hand dominant, but being that I'm right hand dominant, I've actually felt more comfortable with my left hand on the trigger and my right hand controlling the handle, because I'm controlling more. I felt more in control like this versus when I have my hand on the blaster and I'm moving the blaster around with my right hand. Just something that I noticed for me personally. The cylinders, you rotate the cylinders by pulling this trigger right here at the underneath. Is basically the big brother to the Flip Fury. So you pull the trigger like that. Now, there is a lot more weight on the mechanism that's revolving the cylinders. So I had issues. I think that's what caused the issues when I was trying to move very quickly and do it. And it would skip sometimes. I just had to pull it twice. It was okay. The power behind this is not great powerful because it's a Nerf blaster. It's made for kids. So it was very fun to play with the kids, with my nieces, nephews, and my son. So I would tell you, you would love to get one of this, especially for if you don't want to have to go back and reload a lot, and you just want to have mild paced games and fun with the family. This is a cool blaster. It has a decent amount of storage, and the whole gimmick behind it is pretty cool. The blaster has advertised 2 sling point attachments, but I don't really like this as a sling point attachment, because if you add a sling there, it puts the blaster in a weird position. So I don't want to use that. But these 3 holes in the back right here, you can put a sling through those holes right there, and it will be just fine. You can sling here, you can sling here, and you can sling in one of these 3 holes. And it worked out a lot better than trying to use this as a sling point. I don't know why they keep doing that, why they kept doing that and advertising that as a sling point, but you know, I like the little designs they have in here. If you're a fan of Call of Duty and you play zombies, this is more along the lines as if something got pack-a-punched. The blaster has a single top rail that you can add attachments to. No end strike attachment point at the front, and there's nothing to change the stock. The stock is fixed. It is not adjustable. It will not change. It has looks like a fake prime, slide prime right here, like as a design, but it's not functional. It doesn't do anything. But this blaster was pretty cool. You can single fire or slam fire this blaster, so you have options. Slam fire, I got a jam right there, so we're gonna say, I actually got two jammed up in there, so slam fire right off the rip, it did not like me. So let's just put one in there and all right, let's rotate this. There we go, you see? I have to, okay. Yeah, see, sometimes it'll have hiccups, but this is an old blaster. It's used, like I said, when this blaster was released, it was for $40. And as always, you know, not as always, I sometimes still have a tag from a thrift store marker here. Here it says $3.99. So $3.99 inside of a thrift store still functions. I did nothing to this blaster outside of maybe wipe some dust off, go over it with a disinfectant wipe, of course. But I did nothing to it internally whatsoever. I didn't, like, nothing. This is just how I got it. Now let's see if that slam fire wants to kick in now. T'Challa, what happened? You got scared? What's scared? T'Challa knocked over one of my targets. Also, I have to work on getting a second camera, not for anything else, but for the main purpose of, why'd I put it over here? I have to get a second camera so I can show you guys some targets and stuff like that. Or, you know, I'm just going to start recording and then stitching and stuff like that. But I do want to show you guys of me shooting some targets. Am I amazing target shooter? Absolutely not. But that's okay because it's all in the fun. Again, the Nerf Doominator, pretty cool, pump action. It's a menacing look to it. I like it. This is something like if you was hitting the field and the person had no knowledge, you pulled this out, they'd go, oh my God, what is that? This is that blaster. It's pretty cool. I like that. And now for the final blaster, pardon me, for the final blaster, it is still in its box. And the reason why that it is still in this box is because my nephew Aiden's birthday just passed, and I told him I was going to give him a blaster that I have out of my collection for his birthday. And I meant to get this, as I keep saying, I meant to get this out before Halloween, so I would have done it. He would have let me use it to feature it unboxed. So now, you know, we're gonna have to roll with it, pivot, and figure something else out. I'm gonna give him the blaster. I'm gonna do this now in box. I'm not gonna take it out the box. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna give him the blaster, let him do the unboxing. He's a little shy, so maybe he will agree to go on camera for the unboxing. If not, maybe he'll let me be there with him, and I could do a video afterwards showing some of the performance of it. But for now, we're just going to talk about what we do have, which is this is a big blaster, the Nerf Revoltinator. This was a blaster released in 2019. And this blaster was released for $50. And funny, I got a little cobweb right here. Funny, I actually still have the $49.99 tag sticker on the bottom of the box. I don't know, like, I'm a collector. I like to collect things. I didn't get this when it first came out. No, I actually got this off of a website and from a used dealer. And I never unboxed it. I got this months and months ago. I actually can't even tell you the actual date. And it was never unboxed. It was always planned to be used in a video. And it wasn't planned to be a gift at first, but my nephew loves blasters so much, and his birthday is so close to Halloween. Like, I felt like this would be a great gift for him, and he loves blasters, and he comes to expect a blaster from me for every gift. Like, he knows that, like, if he wants a Nerf blaster, that it's me. It's Uncle Block that you go to, because Uncle Block is the one that's going to be like, yeah, we're going to get you something right. Now, back to this. This is the Nerf Revoltinator. Wow, this is a big blaster. Amazing. It was released, as I said, in 2019 with a $50 price tag. Now, for $50, you got you this large size motorized blaster. This is a flywheel blaster. This is not like the other blasters that I've shown on here, where there are spring blasters where you have to manually prime the blaster, and it is a spring that pushes air and launches the dart out. No, this is a motorized blaster. It has two flywheels on the inside and a pusher rod that pushes the dart into the flywheel cage, and those flywheels spin and launch the dart out, similar to what you would see with the football thrower, the football launchers, and the baseball launchers. But this has with the football ones, because this has a two flywheels. This blaster came with, let's see what we got here. It came with 18 zombie strike darts. It has an 18 dart capacity magazine. One tactical rail for attachments on this handle here. This handle's a little rubbery and a little flexible. It has another tack rail underneath the barrel, and I thought I saw a third one, but I could be mistaken. I think I only saw the two tactical rails. One on the top handle, one on the underneath the barrel. So you can add a scope attachment here or any other attachment you would really like. And you have another spot here. You have an end strike attachment point at the front for barrels. There is no stock attachment point. This is a fixed stock. It is not adjustable. I see one sling point attachment that is underneath the handle of this stock right here. I see that one that I would use, and there's another one underneath here that on the back of the box, that second loop this loop at the base of this handle here is a lot larger on the back of the box than it actually is on the blaster. Yeah, I can't really see any other attachment points. I'm looking at the back of the box while I'm showing you guys the front. I could talk about it like that. But yeah, you have an 18 dart clip. You have, this is a motorized blaster. Now, on the box it tells you, we created a way to generate power and trick the zombies into running it. Okay, it has a cool little design on the back right here. Nice little design right there. Now, the cool thing about this blaster, this was part of the Zombie Strike Blaster series, but it was also a sub-series, the Power Shock series. This blaster, it has electronic lights, LEDs, and, sounds to go at the zombies with. You have two different sounds that you can activate. One by engaging the flywheel motors, which you do by pressing the bottom trigger underneath the main firing trigger, and the other sound is engaged when pressing the main trigger. You do not need to have any darts in the blaster to activate those. You can just it's like an electric charge, and then that's when you're releasing that electric charge, that laser blaze. And it's charging up. Okay, it looks like, so it has 2 sound options if you press the rev trigger. And just 1 sound option, which is a laser blast, which is accompanied by the little cool light show right there if you press the main trigger. Like, as always with the Zombie Strike series, it is a gimmicky blast that has a lot of cool little features built into it already. So if you want to paint it up, it'd be a good to go. But it has the attachment points, everything like this that they normally I didn't see a lot, but I don't have a lot of the Zombie Strike blasters that I was planning on getting. There's a whole line of them that was going out over the years they was producing the series, and it's a cool collection if you're into that sort of thing. If you're into collecting and you want to look for something to get a complete set of, the Zombie Strike series is something that is a cool set to complete if you can. This blaster right here, like as I said, I apologize for not being able to unbox this because, as I said, I will be giving this to my nephew as a gift. But if you see this blaster, it is still available. As a matter of fact, right now there's a discount on Amazon. But as far as upgrades, this blaster, you can upgrade it as you would any other flywheel blaster. You can buy upgradable motors and cages and wirings and all of that sort of stuff. But out of the box, this is a cool blaster to give the kids and have fun with. This is something that would be safe for them to use and play with. The blaster requires 4 AA batteries. It does come included with batteries, so you can play with it right out the box and fully enjoy the full experience right out the box. So that is a cool thing. So yeah, like as I was saying, again, I apologize to everybody. These are the blasters that I was able to get. I wasn't able to get too many other ones for the Zombie Strike series before Halloween. But anyway, I'm happy I was able to get to talk about these blasters with y'all because these are some really fun blasters. This one, the Revoltinator, I really cannot wait for my nephew to try that out because I actually want to see what it's about, actually, once I get my hands on it too. But these other blasters up here, the Doominator, I'm most likely going to give him this one too so I can clear up some space because I need to. But selfishly, he's not getting the Hammershots. No, I'm definitely keeping the Hammershots. I only have 2, and I don't have 25 to 30, which I feel like is absolutely necessary. But in the meantime, in between time, please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on notifications. I'm very much considering starting to do lives. If not, I don't want to say for sure because I don't know how I would schedule that. It's my scheduling is pretty crazy. Being a parent, I'm pretty sure if anyone out there is a parent, you understand like time isn't always our friend. It's actually never our friend. It's our enemy it's our frenemy. Time is our frenemy as a parent. So I want to start doing some lives where we can have open discussions about blasters or anything like that, or cool ideas, bounce ideas back and forth. They will at first start off very random. I won't be able to be like, yeah, I'm definitely going to be here. So everything will be at random. The time start of random, the time length will be random, but I will like to hang out with you guys in a live type setting where we can interact with each other. So in the meantime, in between time, please, like I said, remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications, do all of that, get your neighbors involved, leave them a blaster as a gift this holiday season coming up. And please, as always, have fun, be cool with each other, enjoy. And I'm going to get out of here. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you.